Why your parents' money advice will keep you broke forever. Here's something nobody wants to admit. Everything your parents taught you about money is designed to keep you poor. Not because they're bad people, but because they're operating with a 1970s manual in a 2025 economy. Go to school, get a good job, save your money, stay out of debt, invest in your 401k. Sounds responsible, right? Here's the problem. While you were following that advice, someone else was doing the exact opposite, and they just refinanced $300 million in debt and got richer from it. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you why the paycheck might be the most dangerous thing you ever accept, why debt can make you wealthy, and why the game changed in 1971, but nobody bothered to tell you the new rules. And if this makes you uncomfortable, good. That means you're paying attention. Let me take you back to 1971. Richard Nixon walks into a room and makes a decision that breaks the 5,000-year-old relationship between money and gold. Overnight, the US dollar becomes just paper, backed by nothing but a promise. And suddenly, the rules of money completely change. But here's the weird part. Your parents never got the memo. They kept teaching you the old rules. Save your cash, avoid debt, work hard for 40 years. Meanwhile, a guy named Robert Kiyosaki, former Xerox salesman, Vietnam vet, figured out something that would eventually become a book that sold 32 million copies. He figured out that there are three people living inside all of us. There's the poor person who's scared of money. There's the middle-class person who wants security, a steady paycheck, and a nice house. And there's the rich person who plays by completely different rules. The problem? School only teaches you how to be one of these people. Guess which one? Picture this. You're in Puerto Rico, your boss hands you a $30,000 bonus check. You should be excited, right? But instead you feel trapped. This actually happened to Kiyosaki, and in that moment his coworker John walks up and says, "You're gonna fail. You'll be back." Why? Because John had left Xerox, tried entrepreneurship, failed, and came crawling back to his cubicle. But here's what Kiyosaki said, and I'm paraphrasing because he definitely used some colorful language. "You failed and came back. I'm gonna fail and never come back." That's not just confidence, that's understanding something most people never figure out. The moment you accept a paycheck, you accept employee thinking. Your rich dad, the mentor in his book, refused to pay him for this exact reason. He said paychecks create a mental prison. You become dependent. You need someone to take care of you. But an entrepreneur, if their business folds, they start another one. If their government doesn't like them, they move to another country. Because the real asset isn't the business, it's the mindset. And that mindset, it's trainable. But you've been trained for the wrong game. Okay, quick gut check. If you've ever looked at your bank account after payday and thought, where did it all go? Drop a hand in the comments, because what I'm about to tell you next is going to explain why that keeps happening. Here's where things get really uncomfortable. You've been told your whole life, stay out of debt, save your money. But right now, somewhere in the world, there's a real estate investor who just refinanced $300 million in debt. They dropped their interest rate from 5% to 2.5%, and every single month they're making more money because their cost of borrowing went down. While you're desperately trying to pay off your credit cards, they're strategically getting deeper into debt and getting wealthier. How is this possible? Because when governments print money, which they've been doing like it's a TikTok trend since 2020, two things happen. One, inflation. Your cash loses value. Two, debt gets cheaper. If you borrowed money before inflation, you're essentially paying it back with less valuable dollars. You just won. That's what's happening right now on a massive scale. Savers, crushed. Debtors, thriving. But here's the key. It's not just any debt. The rich use debt to buy assets, real estate, businesses, things that generate cash flow. The poor use debt to buy liabilities, cars, TVs, stuff that loses value the second you buy it, and nobody teaches you the difference.
3 weeks ago, Kiyosaki's doctor came to him excited. "Guess what? I finally made $1 million." Kiyosaki asked the obvious question. "Cool. How much did you pay in taxes?" $750,000. So this doctor, who spent 12 years in school, worked 80-hour weeks, saved lives, walked away with $400,000. Meanwhile, when Kiyosaki makes $1 million, he keeps the $1 million. Not because he's cheating, not because he's avoiding taxes, because he's playing by a different set of rules that are 100% legal, but that school never taught you about. Here's how it works. If you're an employee, you earn money, get taxed up to 37%, then spend what's left. If you're an entrepreneur, you earn money, spend on business expenses, get taxed on what's left, reinvest in real estate, get tax write-offs, and pay zero tax. The tax code is literally written to reward business owners and investors. But if you work for money, if you trade your hours for dollars, you're taxed at the highest rates. The system isn't broken, it's working exactly as designed. You're just playing the wrong game. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but I can't just quit my job tomorrow and become a real estate mogul. You're right, but here's what you can do, and this is the part that actually matters. There's a concept that changed everything for me, and it comes from this idea. You have two economies. There's the external economy, the one on the news, recessions, job markets, interest rates, all the stuff you can't control. And then there's your internal economy, your skills, your mindset, your ability to create value, the stuff you can control. Most people obsess over the external economy. The job market is terrible. The economy is rigged. Inflation is killing me. And you know what? They're not wrong. But here's the secret. Entrepreneurs don't care about the external economy, not because they're privileged or lucky, but because they've built an internal economy that works in any conditions. When they fall, they say, "Good, now I can jump higher." When someone with employee thinking falls, they blame the economy and look for someone to save them. The difference isn't talent, it's not intelligence, it's internal versus external focus. One person sees obstacles, the other sees opportunities. And that's the real gap between the 1% and the 99%. It's not just money, it's mindset. All right, rapid fire recap. The paycheck is a trap. It creates employee thinking and keeps you dependent. The rules changed in 1971 when money became debt, but nobody updated the playbook. Debt makes the rich richer when used to buy assets, not liabilities. Savers are losers. When governments print money, cash loses value. The tax code rewards entrepreneurs. Legally pay less by playing a different game. You have an internal economy. Control what you can control. Ignore the rest. Your parents' advice wasn't wrong when they learned it, but it expired, like milk. And you've been drinking expired financial advice your entire life. Look, I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow and YOLO into real estate, but I am saying if you keep following 1970s advice in a 2025 economy, you're going to keep getting 1970s results. And the gap between you and the people who figured this out, it's getting wider every single day. So here's my question for you. What's the one money rule you were taught that you're starting to question now? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want to know exactly how the 1% are using inflation to get richer while everyone else gets crushed, I broke down the entire strategy in my next video. The link's in the description and pinned in the comments. Because once you see how the game actually works, you can't unsee it.